friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to episode 7, 8? I kind of have lost count. Welcome to episode 7 or 8 of my Clear the Cart TBR series. You have no idea what I'm talking about. Let me catch you up really quick. So this TBR cart, she was out of control in the month of June, like overflowing, books on the front, on the back, stacked up high. Like there was a lot going on. And I decided to take it upon myself to clear the TBR cart before the end of the year. So in June, I had 60 books on this cart and it has slowly been dwindling down. And my goal is to finish every book on this cart by the end of the year. You can see we've made a lot of progress, but we still have a ways to go. So that's what my Clear the Cart TBR series is all about, me clearing my TBR cart by the end of the year. So today we are gonna be using my trusty TBR jar to help me choose 7 books from my TBR cart. Now I need to read 9 each month to hit the goal of clearing the cart by the end of the year, but I'm a mood reader and your girl needs some wiggle room with her TBR. So I choose 7 prompts from the TBR jar and 7 books from the cart. And then I kind of let myself have 2 free picks so that I can just kind of pick and choose whatever I'm in the mood for at least 2 books for the month. So that is what we're gonna be doing together today. And let me just tell you, I am on cloud 9 today. I am so excited. Number 1, because filming TBR videos, they're my favorite videos to film. And I feel like they're your favorite videos to watch because they always get the highest views. We're vibing. Like these are our videos, okay? So that is reason number 1 why today is the best day ever. Reason number 2, my sweet dear husband brought me a pumpkin spice cappuccino from my favorite coffee shop. And I'm so grateful. And reason number 3 why today is the best day ever. We are launching our 2025 planners. So if you don't know, I own a planner company and our 2025 planners launch today. And I am just so excited and I'm so grateful. My business, Hustle Sanely, just turned 6 last week. And this is our 5th year launching paper products. And I'm just so excited. Launch day, there's absolutely nothing like it. We launch in 1 hour, AKA I need to hurry up and choose my TBR so that I can get on my computer and do all the things that I need to do for launch. So let me go ahead and get into picking the prompts. Okay, prompt number 1, book with real people on the cover. If you know me at all, you know that I'm not drawn to covers that have real people on them. Like they're kind of an ick to me. So I don't even know if I have any on this TBR cart. So let me do a quick little scan and see. You guys, I really don't even know if I have any. We might have to skip this one and choose something else. Yeah, these are all like cartoon characters. Oh, let me pull this aside. Oh, we'll explain that book in a second because it wasn't originally on the cart. None. I have none. Okay, so this prompt out doesn't even count. It's like we're starting at 0 again, okay? Number 1, take 2. A book with chapter titles. So not just a number, but like the chapters have cutesy little titles. So let me see here. Please hold while I flip through and I will let you know. Oh, and it can't be just like, if it's dual POV, it can't just be somebody's name. Like the chapters need to have titles. That's what I was saying when I wrote this prompt. So this is a contender. So let me go through, I'll pull out all the ones that are possibilities and then I'll report back. Okay, that took way longer than I thought, but these are the options that we have to choose from, so that narrows it down quite a lot. So we have Lessons in Chemistry, The Graham Effect, Taming 7, Scythe, I never know how to say this one, and The Dead Romantics. So, okay. I'm thinking about October, and so I'm immediately drawn to these 2 because I think that these ones give me October vibes. I know this one is about a ghost of some sort, and this one is about death of some sort. So like both spooky vibes, but like this feels like spooky, whereas this feels like cozy, spooky. So I think I'm gonna choose between one of these 2. Dang, this is kind of hard. I feel like I need to go with this one because as a mood reader, this feels like it needs to be read in October. You know what I mean? So we are gonna go with Scythe I need to figure out how to say the title of this book. Y'all, I'm gonna be real with you. This has been on my TBR cart for 3 years, maybe more. For whatever reason, the cover just is like off-putting to me. The plot sounds so interesting to me. So I don't know very much about it, and I don't want to read the back because I kind of want to go in without doing that. But I know that like people don't die. It's like a dystopian world where death has been like solved basically. So like people don't get sick or anything like that. So the scythes or whatever they're called are like the designated killers of the society to like keep the population under control. And that's all I know. So very October vibe. Here we go, book 1 on the TBR. Well, technically book 2. Let me explain this. So my book club, That's What She Read book club, we chose our October book already, and it is The Lost Bookshop by Evie Woods. Now, funny enough, I already had this on my TBR, but not on my TBR cart because it's a book that I bought in 2024. Any books that I'm buying after June of 2024 when I started this challenge are automatically getting bumped to next year's TBR because I'm trying to clear this TBR cart. These are books I've had for years and I am trying to get it under control. So I already had this one, I owned it, but you have not seen it because it's been on my bookshelf with my 2025 TBR. So I'll be reading The Lost Bookshop by Evie Woods, which also feels like a very October book. I'm very excited. Again, I know nothing about it. Magical realism is all I know and I don't want to know anything, but I'll read like the first line of the back. It says, on a quiet street in Dublin, a lost bookshop is waiting to be found. I'm invested. A book about books? Yes, like I'm sold. So technically this is book 1 on the TBR, but we didn't pull it from the jar, so like it's not counting toward the 7. You know what I mean? Okay, so let me put these back on the shelf and we will pull prompt number 2. I need to speed it up. That was a long time for one pull. Okay. Prompt number 2, a book with an author who uses initials. Okay, please hold. No. Does J count as an initial? Sarah J. Mass? Technically. Please don't tell me that's the only one. I will cry. I will actually maybe cry because I am dreading reading that book, if I'm being honest. I think that is my only, like, even kind of option. Hold on. Oh no, I'm panicking. That's my only option. Okay. All right. We're reading the first book in the Crescent City series. So we're reading House of Earth and Blood in the month of October. I'm terrified. I guess it's good that I'm reading it in October because I'm terrified to read this book. The reason I'm terrified to read this book, Sarah J. Maas, she's not one of my favorite authors, okay? I've read all of ACOTAR, I've read all of Throne of Glass, and I had a great time. No, I had a good time reading those series, but they take me so long and they kind of put me in a reading slump. Like, I'm definitely not a ride or die like a lot of people, which is fine. We're all allowed to have our own reading tastes, right? So thank God I did not go rogue and buy all the books in this series. I only have this one. So I guess I am gonna be reading Crescent City, book number 1, House of Earth and Blood, in the month of October. That really kind of put a damper on my mood. I'm not gonna lie. Prompt number 3, hopefully it's a little bit better for me. Close your eyes and pick a book. Okay, hopefully this is the first one that I felt. Okay, Reckless. Is this the next one in the series? Yes, because Hopeless is last. Okay, I'm not very upset about this one. Reckless by Elsie Silver. The good thing about this pull, romance. So it'll kind of break up. I have fantasy and dystopian already, so I definitely need some romance. Based on what I've heard people say about this book, I think it's gonna be my favorite in the series. I have heard nothing but good things about Theo, and I mean, I feel like this isn't a spoiler. There's a baby boot on the front, so obviously there's some sort of baby and or pregnancy situation happening. This is book number 4 in the Chestnut Spring series. I've liked the series, but I haven't loved it. And that is what this Clear the Cart challenge has taught me this year. I buy books after hearing people say one good thing about them without like kind of really digging in and figuring out, is it a book I'm actually gonna like myself? And I buy the entire series at one time. And I will say that doing this challenge this year has taught me, it's made me a lot more intentional with my book buying. The books that I've purchased for 2025, I have done research on. I haven't impulse bought books, a couple. Okay, let's be honest, a couple. But I feel like I'm really getting to know my tastes as a reader and not just reaching for everything that's popular or every single thing that I hear brought up on Instagram or YouTube. So my taste as a reader, it's kind of becoming a little bit more narrow, which I think is a good thing. But I bought all of the Chestnut Springs series last year when I heard everybody talking about them. They're good, I'm having a fun time, but I'm not having a great time. So I don't do that anymore. I don't buy all the books in a series before I even read book one. So we're learning a lot this year through the Clear the Cart TBR series. So that is our third pull. Okay, so we have 4 more that we're gonna pull. So let's go for number 4. Because the Lost Bookshop, again, doesn't count because it's my book club pick. Wow, these get like very stuck together. Okay, I think I got one. Hopefully I only grabbed one. A book with a one-word title. One-word title. Okay, so, ooh, okay. Carnival, I've actually really been wanting to read this. This one I can't read because it's the 3rd one in a series. I think this is my only option. Oh, Ghosted. I am dreading that. That might be the book that I'm dreading the most on this whole cart, to be honest. So I do not want to read that since I have to read Crescent City. So I think we are going to do Caraval. And I have had this on my TBR cart, the whole series, for like 2 or 3 years, 2 years, I think. So I'm excited to dig into this. Unfortunately, I already read the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. So I did read them out of order because I guess you're supposed to read this series first, but can't take it back, and I already read Once Upon a Broken Heart, but I absolutely love that series, so I think I'm going to enjoy this one as well. So I'm happy to have this one on my TBR, and I feel like the TBR is really stacking up to be a good one for October. Okay, I want to take a little pause, and I would love to thank the sponsor of this video. Y'all want to know who it is? I'm gonna let you guess. My company, Hustle Sanely, is sponsoring today's YouTube video. So if you don't know, I own, like I said at the beginning, a planner company, and we are launching our 2025 collection, and I'm so excited. I am so proud of the business that I've built. So my expertise is in helping women who feel burned out and spread too thin, helping those women create peacefully productive lives. I have a system called the Hustle Sanely Planning System that I have coached thousands of women through, and the system is woven right into our planners and journals, and I am just so proud of these products and of the brand and community that we've created through Hustle Sanely, and I feel like it would be a disservice for me not to share these products with you. So if you guys would like to shop the 2025 paper product collection, you can head over to hustlesanely.com, and you know what, because I love my YouTube fam, if you use the code YouTube, all caps, I'm gonna give you 10% off. Just because I love you. Okay. I'm so proud of Hustle Sanely. It's a dream job for me. Like, it truly is a dream job for me. And so I'm excited to share that little piece of, it's not little, I'm excited to share that big piece of my life with my YouTube family. Okay, let's get back to picking my October TBR. So we are on 1, 2, 3, 4, pick number 5 of 7. Okay. A book with a kid in it. I don't know if any of these have kids in them. I might have to do a little bit of Googling. Okay, hold on. I gotta Google because y'all, I don't know. Hold on, okay. Okay, I didn't have to Google. I just read the back of the books. So I narrowed it down to 4. Some of these might have kids in them, but they didn't talk about them on the back of the book. So I have A Million Junes by Emily Henry, and I think I might pick this one because it has the kid on the actual cover. I feel like she's gonna be an important part of the story if she's on the cover of the book. A Flicker in the Dark is about teenagers, which I'm almost 35, so to me a teenager is definitely still a kid. And then Magic Hour by Kristen Hanna has a 6-year-old girl that appears in the forest. And then The Match is about Evie, who meets Jacob, who is a client of hers, and he has a 10-year-old Sam, like a 10-year-old daughter named Sam. So I think I'm going to narrow it down to A Million Junes and The Match. I kind of feel like I want to go with The Match. I know I said I was going to go with A Million Junes, but I feel like based on the TBR that I already have, that I'm going to need like a light, fluffy romance, and Sarah Adams, she pulls through with those, you know what I mean? So I feel like I'm gonna go with this one just because it's shorter, and I have Crescent City to get through in October. So we're gonna go with the match, okay? So we are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 more picks. Pick number 6. A romance. Okay. Well, all right. Dang. I actually don't have that many romances left on here. I know the Graham Effect, but she's kind of thick, and I have some thick ones already on here. Maybe. Is Taming 7 considered a romance? The Boys of Tommen, they're a romance, right? Let me check Goodreads. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know. Hold on. Yeah, the very first one under genres is romance. I don't know if you guys can see that, if it'll focus. So I think I'm gonna go with Taming 7 because I'm currently reading Saving 6, right? Redeeming 6? What am I reading right now? I'm reading Redeeming 6. So that's book 4 of the series. This is book 5, and then I'll be all caught up with the series, and I know that is gonna make me feel, my type A heart, feel so happy. So I think we're gonna go with Taming 7. This is a very diverse TBR for me, I feel like. We have some dystopian, some fantasy, so this is going well. Okay, so I think we have one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, one more. Last pick. I hope it's a good one. Okay. A book with a cover you think is ugly. Amazing. Cool. Okay. Let me pull all the covers that I think are ugly, and then we can talk about them. Okay, so these are our options. No offense to any of these books, okay? They're just not my cover taste. You know, they might be beautiful to somebody else. They're just not that appealing to me. So we have Ready Player One, which I'm actually terrified of this because it's science fiction, and I don't read a lot of science fiction. And when I did read Red Rising earlier this year, I was quite confused and just not that entertained, to be honest. We have In the Likely Event by Rebecca Yarros. Honestly, this one isn't terrible, but it's just not my favorite. Ghosted, What puts it over the top for me is this A Second Chance romance font down here at the bottom. It's just like, it doesn't do it for me, okay? And then the last one, The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. I'm so sorry, Rebecca Yarros. Apparently, I'm not a fan of your covers. So if I'm being honest, my least favorite one of these, hold on, let me lay them all out and look at them. Okay. It's not this one. So it's definitely between Ready Player One and Ghosted. Like, okay. So I honestly think it's this one. But I don't want to read it. But I don't want to lie to you and say that I think that this cover is uglier than this cover. I despise this cover, and I think that's why I've been putting it off for so long. But I do think, I could be wrong, I do think this is a Kindle Unlimited book, so I'll be able to read it on my Kindle. And I like reading on my Kindle a lot. Mom life, it's easier to read with one hand with a Kindle. And so I think I'm gonna go with this one. You guys, I just opened the front cover to put this in, and I'm gonna show you what I saw, okay? Now I'm dreading this book even more than I was before. And I was dreading it the most, even more than Crescent City. So not excited to put that on my TBR, but alas, here we are because we're clearing the cart. So let's do a quick little recap. Let me put my little TBR jar back on here. I'm just gonna throw this prompt away, a book with real people on the cover, because it doesn't exist on my TBR cart. So let's quickly go over my October TBR. Again, I will probably be reading more books from the cart. Let me do some math actually, because if this is October, that means I would have 2 more months after reading these to clear this cart. How many books are there? And I'm getting 1 more delivered in October. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16. So there's 16 books left on here. So that means I'd have to read 8 books in November and 8 books in December to complete my TBR cart, and that includes the one that's coming in October. That will be on here, like that's number 16. So that gives me hope because this right here is a thick TBR for me. We are in my busy season for work, and I'm a toddler mom. Like, reading is a hobby for me, not a job. So this looks like a lot for 1 month for me. So I think that I might just try to really get this done in October and not try to choose like 2 extra ones off the cart, and then just pray that I can read 8 books in November and 8 books in December. I think that's my game plan. Okay, so let's go over my October TBR really quickly. We have The Lost Bookshop by Evie Woods. Again, this one was not on the cart, but this is my book club pick for October, so it is automatically on the TBR. We have Ghosted, and this one was for the cover that I thought was the ugliest. So sorry to that book. We have Taming 7, and what was this one for? Oh, Romance, a romance. We have The Match by Sarah Adams because it has a kid in it, and that was my prompt for that one. We have Carval, which was a 1-word title for the prompt. And then we have Reckless. This was Close Your Eyes and Pick a Book. Honestly, I think I'm more excited about this than I originally was when I pulled it. Like, the more I'm looking at this, I'm getting excited to be back in Chestnut Springs. Okay, so we have that one. And I need to know what the hype about Theo is all about, because I've heard so much about Theo. Okay, then we have the first book in the Crescent City series, House of Earth and Blood, and it's an author who uses an initial. And then I did just see that the author of Ghosted uses an initial, but they both ended up on my TBR, so doesn't matter. So we have that one. And then the last book on my TBR is Scythe, and that is a book with chapter titles. So I feel like this is a pretty solid October TBR. We have fantasy, dystopian, a little bit of romance, and then some magical realism. I feel like this is a good October TBR. I'm so excited to continue clearing my TBR cart. I'm really proud of this progress, y'all. Like, look at this thing. She's getting bare. She is getting bare. But anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for helping me choose my October TBR. Don't forget to go check out Hustle Sanely planners and journals. I am so proud of the work that we're doing over there. The code YouTube will save you 10%. I love you guys so much. I will see you in my next video, and I hope you have the best day ever.